Hello, 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 powerful mujeres. Welcome back. We have a very exciting podcast today because I'm talking about a tool that has come up in my coaching calls over and over again. And it actually came up with a client from my mastermind that I was coaching last week. And I was like, I haven't done a podcast on this, and it's on my list, right? Of like 20, 30 podcast topics I haven't been able to get to. So, what we're going to talk about today is the tool called anticipation energy. Have you ever heard of anticipation energy? Probably not, since I think I might have coined this. This is an ADHD tool, but I figured it out after coaching, I don't know, 60, 70 people with ADHD. I was like, there's something that happens in the brain, right? This has to do with stimulus, something that happens in the brain when we are anticipating something coming. We get a dopamine hit when we're anticipating something that we want to have happen in our lives, something that we want to come into our lives, or something that we're going to be participating in, right? We get this little dopamine hit. So that's what this tool is about. You guys all know that I have a specialty in coaching ADHD, and I myself have ADHD, which is why I started to learn how to manage my own ADHD because I don't take medication. I have in the past, but I haven't taken medication since I started wanting to have kids because I wanted to get pregnant and I didn't want to be on ADHD meds while I was pregnant. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So, disclaimer, I don't know about medication and how it affects pregnancy. I just knew that if I could train my brain and not have to use medication, then that was my preference because I knew I would probably end on a bunch of other medications or vitamins that I now take that I need just to function. So I didn't want to take anything extra if there was another way that I could learn to manage my brain. Dun, dun, dun. Here is one of the most powerful tools that helped me manage my brain. And it came out of having coached a lot of people with ADHD. Okay. When I coach ADHD, I talk a lot about stimulus and stimulus management, right? And stimulus is the energy coming to you from everything around you. It's also the energy coming to you from what's happening inside your body. So the thoughts, the feelings you get, the Ritty. The thoughts, the feelings you get, the energy that comes to you from moving your body, your blood pressure, your heart rate, your temperature of your body, all of that, right, affects stimulus. When clients come to me that have ADHD, usually one of the challenges they're facing in their day to day life is they want to increase their follow through. They want to improve their follow through. They're committed to figuring out how to get themselves to focus and follow through. And what I have found is that if you can find the right amount of stimulus, you can follow through. The right amount of stimulus for you. So stimulus is different in different people. Different people need different amounts. Like for some people, sound is a great stimulator. If they have the right music or the right background noise, they can focus better. They can follow through more. I remember I had this client once who had ADHD who liked to play white noise in the background while he was working on projects. And the white noise would actually help him go into a hyper zone, or what I call a hyper focus, this zone of flow of getting things done. And it would work out for him. I had another client who had the opposite effect when she had noise in the background. Like if she went to a coffee shop and there was like music playing in the background or whatever, she needed to have headphones on that completely eliminated sound because the sound, noise, music, whatever it is, was too stimulating for her. It's like Goldilocks and the bears. Remember Goldilocks, where she's like, this one's too hot. This one's too cold. This one's just right. And I think she's talking about porridge, right? Which I think is what we call oatmeal now. I don't know. Or what my mom calls mush. Mush. All right. So you have to find the right amount or the right exact stimulus that's going to support you. Too much stimulus means you get overwhelmed. Too little stimulus means you can't follow through because there isn't enough of the stimulus to get you to actually do the thing. So, anticipation energy is a tool that you can use to create stimulus. It's a tool you can use to actually get yourself to follow through. Here's how it works. Anticipation energy is the energy created from you anticipating something good coming or about to happen. So, I'll give you a bigger example and then we'll talk about a small, like day to day example. But a bigger example would be, for example, if you're going to a wedding of a friend. And so you're super excited about the wedding for your friend. And you are thinking in terms of, okay, I'm going to buy a dress for the wedding, right? You're thinking about the gift you're going to give them for the wedding, right? So when you think about the wedding, if you're looking forward to going, you're already in your mind feeling connected to this energy that's coming from anticipating this wedding. In fact, if you just think about it right now, you probably feel a little bit of that anticipation energy. You probably feel a little bit of that like zing in your brain. I call it a zing, but what it is, it's a dopamine hit. Yeah. Here's the beauty. You can use that zing, that dopamine hit, to help you get something done today that moves you forward. You can use that anticipation energy as added stimulus to something that maybe you're avoiding or procrastinating on to support you with actually getting it done. Here's how it works. When you think of the wedding and you going to the wedding and being excited about going to the wedding, right? Yeah. You want to attach it to something you need to get done now, like a paper you have to finish, a email list you need to complete, a website. So many of my clients right now are working on websites. Shout out to all the women in Inspired Action who are completing their websites, and shout out to all the women in the mastermind who are completing their websites. I think there's like 6 of you guys in total that are currently working on that one thing. So let's say you have to get your website finished or get completed with a certain type of project that you need to get done. You can think about the wedding, because the moment you think about the wedding, you're going to get this dopamine hit, right? Yeah. You can even bring out the dress that you're planning to wear to the wedding and put it on the other side of the room so you see it. So it kind of excites you a little bit. It gives you that excitement around the event. And that excitement, that dopamine hit, you then need to refocus that energy into the project that's right in front of you. So you get into the zone of the event that you're excited about, the event that you're anticipating. You feel that energy, and then you focus that energy just like you would focus a laser. You would point that laser at the task that you need to get done, or at the assignment that you're working towards, whatever it is, right? Then you sit down and actually start to do it, or stand up and do it. Thinking about the excitement of the wedding, because the wedding's super excited for you, right? You're excited about the wedding coming. Ritzy, because the wedding provides you with this anticipation energy, with this excitement. This is what kids feel the night before Christmas. Yeah. Christmas Eve. Well, as Latinas, we celebrate Christmas Eve, and we used to have to wait until midnight and then open our first present. But in American culture, right, it's you fall asleep Christmas Eve at around 8 or 9, and then you wake up Christmas Day and Santa came, right? So that energy that kids feel, you know how they have a hard time falling asleep, they're super excited, they're anticipating the excitement, the stimulus that comes from Santa coming on Christmas Day. That is anticipation energy. In fact, you can probably get your kids to do a lot of things on Christmas Eve using that anticipation energy. You can probably have them clean their room, or organize a couple of cabinets, or finish some chores that they haven't finished, right? By using the excitement they're feeling about Santa coming the next day, right? Well, Santa's coming tomorrow. So you know what we should do? We should probably clean this room. Let's clean this room so that Santa will see that your room is nice and clean. That is using anticipation energy to get something done. Let me share with you a way in which I use a tool that's really valuable for me with anticipation energy. I use the boxes that come from Amazon or from whatever you ordered. You know how most of us do shopping online now, or have experienced shopping online. So you may order things through Amazon, you may order things through whatever you order things through, and then the boxes come. and they're on your front porch or whatever, right? You bring them in. I usually bring them in and then I have them in my office, sometimes across from where I'm sitting so that I can see them, but I can't touch them. The curiosity of what's in the boxes, right? Because I can't always tell. Like I may have ordered something, but I can't tell. Is this the thing that I ordered or is this another thing? And sometimes they come in my name, sometimes it comes in my husband's name. Anyways, but I'm always curious, right? What's in this particular box? So if I can't tell, the stimulus is even higher. There's more anticipation energy. So what I'll do is I'll put those boxes across the room and then I'll use that energy to finish the thing that I'm having a hard time finishing. Usually checking all my emails and responding to them, or some sort of a financial document that I have to fill out, that I have to look through, some sort of, proposal that I'm finishing. So let's say it's a proposal. I will tell myself, okay, Wendy, you don't get to open those boxes until you have finished this proposal. Done, done, done. So then I will use that anticipation of what's in those boxes, right? The energy that's coming from the curiosity and the excitement of what's in those boxes. But I can't open them until I finish this proposal to get through the proposal. Works every time. Every time I do that, not only do I finish the proposal, I actually finish it quicker, faster, easier because I'm energized by getting to open those boxes. I'm so excited about those boxes that I'm like, let me get through this proposal. The anticipation energy gives me this dopamine hit where I feel good. And then I actually have more energy during that moment to get it done. So I actually start writing it out, typing it out, doing whatever I need to do to get it done. And then when I get it done, I run over to the boxes and I open the boxes and I sit in the joy that is receiving the thing you've been anticipating, right? Sitting in the joy of doing the thing you've been anticipating. That also gives me a dopamine hit. These are ways to drip dopamine throughout your day, which is actually healthy for our brain. It's healthier to have moments of dopamine throughout the day than it is to have one big gulp of dopamine one time, like one big infusion of dopamine. That's not as healthy because then your brain gets used to this big infusion of dopamine, which sometimes happens from using something else outside of us, right? Some people use alcohol, some people use watching TV, some people use scrolling their phone, whatever it is to get that dopamine hit. Anticipation energy is a great tool to use. You can both create it by creating something that you're anticipating in the space, like I do with the boxes, right? I use the boxes and that anticipation energy in the room with me to get myself to follow through with something. Or you can use anticipation energy when you are naturally anticipating something in your life that's coming up. Like, watch, let's try it right now. Think of something right now that you're anticipating that is going to happen, let's say in the next couple of weeks, that you're anticipating positively that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. It could be somebody you're going to see. It could be an event that maybe you're a part of or an interaction that you're a part of. It could be something related to your family. Maybe something's coming up with your kids. There's a lot of graduations happening. Maybe it's family coming into town, right? Or maybe it's seeing a friend of yours and just thinking about seeing that friend. Think about that event. You will get a little bit of this like dopamine high, zing, a little bit of this zing you'll feel from that joy of what's going to happen that you're looking forward to, right? Something that you're looking forward to. Beautiful. Now we want to attach that mentally to something you've been avoiding or haven't been wanting to do. Is there something that you know you've got to do, but you keep putting it off, or it's hard for you to focus on? You want to attach it to this event in some way. There's lots of ways to attach it to the event. For example, you can say, okay, I'm going to dinner with Sally on Friday as a reward for having finished my billing process, whatever it is that you're avoiding, right? Even if the dinner with Sally has nothing to do with the billing, if you attach the two in your mind, that anticipation of seeing Sally will increase your likelihood of actually finishing the billing, especially if you decide, no, for reals, I'm not going to go to dinner with Sally until I finish this billing thing, right? And then you're thinking about how exciting the dinner with Sally is. It's an internal creation of stimulus. So now you are telling yourself that thing that I'm looking forward to is a reward for having finished this thing that I'm avoiding right now. That is the power of anticipation energy. You're much more likely to finish the thing that you've been avoiding because you're thinking about the joy, the excitement of seeing your friend Sally on Friday. That energy that's coming to you, that stimulus that's coming to you, is going to help you actually get through the uncomfortableness and probably the non-stimulating activity that is in front of you that you need to get done. That's why anticipation energy is so powerful. And you can use this with anything. So whatever you just thought of, whatever the thought was a second ago when I said, think of something that you are anticipating is going to be fun or is going to bring you joy or that you're looking forward to. Think of something you're looking forward to. And now attach it to something you're currently doing that is challenging for you or that you're having a hard time finishing. Yeah. Ah, even just the thought of bringing the two together will create a little bit of a dopamine hit in your brain such that you can probably get started on that thing that you've been avoiding. So at the end of the day, this all has to do with stimulus. Creating more stimulus when you need to finish something, when you need to get through something. Because if you're avoiding something, if you're procrastinating on something, there's two reasons you're doing that. Reason number one, there isn't enough stimulus. The thing is not stimulating enough for you to actually finish it. What I mean by that is it's not important enough. There isn't enough of a deadline. There's nobody else involved in it. So whether you get it done or not is just you with you. There's nobody that's counting on you or waiting on you to get it done. It could also be something that is really boring, like isn't interesting at all to your brain. So you're like, great, I got to do the dishes or the laundry. Those are the things that I avoid, that I actually don't do anymore. I don't do laundry. I don't do dishes. I just decided that I was going to stop the battle with myself. But that's a different topic. If you need to get things done, like I also avoid billing processes sometimes, I avoid emails sometimes. So those are important things that I tend to avoid also. Point is, if you're avoiding something, it's not stimulating enough for your brain to do. Or the second option is that it's too stimulating for your brain. So it has too much stimulus. Examples of this is projects that are very complicated, projects that require a lot of time. So you don't even know where to start. There's so much stimulus attached to this project. Like I have to write a 20-page paper. Oh my God, where do I even start? Something like that. And so you avoid it because it's so big. It's just too big. You don't even know where to start. Second thing is, for example, if you walk into a room and the room is packed with stuff, like there's like stuff everywhere that it's so disorganized and you're supposed to start organizing the room. The impact on your brain is like, whoa, too much chaos, too many things moving around, too much chaos, too many people. All of that equals too much stimulus. Those are all examples of when something is too stimulating. So if you're avoiding something, it's either too stimulating or not stimulating enough. Anticipation energy is a great tool to add to when something is not stimulating enough. You can create stimulus in your brain by using the thing that you're looking forward to, the thing that you're anticipating with joy and excitement. You can use that thing as fuel to help you get the thing done that you've been avoiding or procrastinating on. Yeah, it's a simple tool. Use it. Use it this week and let me know how it works for you. Let me know if you were actually able to complete the task. Use the boxes example for example, because you probably get boxes just like I do. Maybe, maybe not. But there's lots of other things you can use. Anything that you're anticipating. I know a client who uses it with anticipation of the exercise she's going to do at the end of the day. Like she ends up going for a walk at the end of the day. So she thinks of that walk and actually does the thing that's in front of her that she's avoiding, but she does it anyways in honor of the walk she's going to take at 4 o'clock, or in honor of the exercise she's going to do later on in the day. That works too. The point is to connect the two activities. The thing you're avoiding, connect it to the thing that you're anticipating, that you're looking forward to. Because the thing you're looking forward to has tons of energy. It gives you a dopamine hit. And then we use that dopamine hit as energy to get the thing done that you've been avoiding. Okay, I hope this tool is helpful for you. I think it will be, especially if you have ADHD. This is definitely going to be a helpful tool for you. If you're my client, I probably have shared this tool with you at some point. If I haven't, use it this week and then let me know how it works for you. I will be talking more about these small tools that I hope will be helpful for you. I will be teaching more of these tools to you through the podcast. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to me and help me share in the tools that I'm wanting to share with you, because this is really about you guys. This whole podcast is about you guys learning the tools to build the life you want. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next podcast.